some people who could answer this question, that would be great to get a little interaction. Based on your professional experience, what kind of life experiences bring clients into psychotherapy? So what kind of life experiences are people dealing with in your psychotherapy practice? Summer often deals with relation conflicts and loss and grief. Nancy says there's two types of people who come to psychotherapy. Oh, no, hold on. That was, as more people type in, my questions move up, so I have to, okay. Nancy says retirement, loss of loved ones, serious illness like cancer. Jacob says, I believe there are two types of people who come to therapy. Those who experience crisis and those who want some immuno vulnerabilities, and so they didn't take him to the park very much. And so, you know, instead of going to the park at 1, he went to the park at 3, and it was like, whoa! You know, I thought of Miranda in the temple. What is this strange new world? You know, what is this great new world? So, yeah, so, and same thing with adolescence, that when you were learning about identity, when you're supposed to be at school or hanging out on the playground, figuring out your identity, you were on Zoom at home. So yes, the pandemic created created developmental delays, developmental asynchronies, developmental disruptions for every cohort at different ways. So Heather said, one of my clients is single, divorced, and didn't have children before, and now she's 40. She's considering adoption to try and move through this difficult stage of life and help you make some adjustments. But we have to acknowledge that it is definitely sad. There's definitely going to be some grief, and it's definitely scary. So we're going to manage the sadness and the grief and the fear, but we're not going to be naive about it and say, oh, I can do it all. You can't do it all, and we're going to need to make some choices about what this next chapter is going to look like, so you can move through that and adapt to this change as best you can.
And I like that. That makes sense to me, because it's treating the situation realistically.
Yeah, we're going to be realistic. We're going to be realistic that this may be the most difficult stage of life, but we're also going to affirm that there are things you can do to move through this more successfully.
Okay.
Okay. Kind of different chapters. The last few months have been acute crisis. Mm-hmm. And the next phase may be reclaiming some parts of your normal life.
That would feel really good. I just hadn't thought about that I could do that.
Yeah. And I'm going to, in the same way that you're going to go for a hike either tomorrow or next month or next year, you will go on another hike. And that's going to be the start of the next chapter, reclaiming normalcy. Mm-hmm. Some parts of normalcy, it won't go back to what it is.
Right. That would feel really good.
Have you told Jack that Tracy invited you to go for a hike?
Mm-hmm.
And what did he say?
Go.